Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your January 16th to the 31st, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so very much for doing so. So, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Okay. I'm going to go till spirit says to stop. So we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. We have here the Six of Pentacles. We have the Page of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Eight of Wands reversed. Interesting. Very interesting energy coming forward here. That's where spirit said to stop. So that's where we stopped. Okay. So it's interesting with the Ace of Pentacles reverse. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing us a gift of prosperity, success, bounty, and abundance. Now, we're not quite taking it quite yet, but it is crowning this whole entire reading. So we are going to see ourselves moving forward in more financial security or financial understanding, or, it's money or what we value as much as money. So that's going to come into play very powerfully during this time. And we're going to see that we're making a lot of decisions right now, looking at things and really looking at what long-term goals am I planting? What do I want? What am I looking for in my life? How am I moving forward? Where is it that I want to be? What is it that I desire for me? And that then moves us to the Six of Pentacles. Things need to be balanced. It will be very easy during this time for things to go higgly wiggly, like for us to be really extreme in one way and then the other, and not have anything be truly balanced, but all kind of up in the air, all kind of intense. So just being aware of this during this time with the Six of Pentacles, we need it to be balanced. And we're also going to see things where we're like, let me rethink this. Let me recalibrate this. Things that we were okay with before kind of being out of balance or out of sorts, we're just not going to be. And there's going to be this energy here with the Page of Swords. Now we have the Ace of Swords coming in. Excuse me, I have a cough drop. We have the Ace of Swords coming in where we are being a student, and we are being a very powerful student, cutting away doubts, fears, negativity, hurts, pains, disappointments, really claiming our voice, what we desire, what we want, what's important to us, what isn't. We're going to see also we need to listen to our inner child more and more. Yeah, and this is going to be a time where our inner child's voice is coming in, and we need to kind of step back and say, all right, am I actually hearing me? Or am I going through the rounds? I'm just hearing like going through the rounds. Am I just doing what I think I'm supposed to be doing? Because our inner child is going to let us know in one way or another, whether we are aligning with our true purpose here on this earthly plane or not. And yes, that purpose can change and evolve, and we can change and evolve. But there's going to be this real sense here of cutting through a lot of nonsense, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of disappointment, and this real sense of what is my voice? What is it that I desire? And where is it that I need to be? God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, hands us this gift of clarity. And that gift of clarity and that gift of the power of the voice is going to come through really powerfully in the last half of January. Now, with the Eight of Wands reversed, we are going to see things kind of picking up during this time. We are going to see certain speeds coming into play, but with it reversed, it's like things pick up. It's like, but it's hurry up and wait is really what Spirit is saying here. Hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait, and you'll see what happens. Hurry up and wait, and we'll be looking at things differently than we have before. But there's going to be this energy where we think, okay, it's supposed to be moving forward, right? It's supposed to be going at a bigger clip than it is. But there's the sense of hurry up and wait during this time. It's really great energy, but there's going to be a little bit of a frustration here, Aries, with things not moving quite as quickly as we would like it to. We want things to move in our time, not divine time, which is completely understandable and very human. So if you are interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a snowflake in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced in a completely separate video on the 1st of February. Do not be scammed by anybody contacting you in the comment box. It will not be me. So good luck to everyone. And all the instructions will be in that video, so keep your eyes open for that. And if you are interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. So let's see what Spirit has to say, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. This is hope, and I love hope in the upright position. Hope is was the last thing left for Pandora when she opened up the box and unleashed everything onto the world. So here, when we have hope coming forward, Spirit is saying, remember your hope. Remember what's sacredly important to you and how that energy moves you forward and what it is that you really want in your life. You're never too old to hope. You're never too anything to hope, to look at things and connect. And that's going to be a very big, powerful energy for us during this time, the energy of hope. And we're going to downplay it, but it is going to be a game changer. Our, our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We have two coming through. So we have grounding with the Earth Star chakra located 6 inches below our feet, and we have forgiveness reverse. So here we're having a bit of difficulty during this time connecting with our heart chakra. So being mindful about that is going to be very important for us. Looking at things and not forgiving others. Forgiving others is great, yes, but looking and forgiving ourselves. Aries, we're going to be holding on to things and being really harsh on ourselves. So just being aware of that is going to be really important to us. We need to be grounded. We need to be grounded. We need to forgive ourselves. We need to be grounded, and we need to be like the pine tree, flexible, with bend and movement to them, but also well rooted into the ground. And that's going to be really important for us. We don't want to be like the willow whose roots are shallow, and we don't want to be like the oak whose roots are too deep, which, I mean, it sounds funny, but the oak doesn't have a flexibility to it. So it can snap in harsh gales. We want to be like the pine tree. And that's what I'm seeing here in the grounding. Also in the forgiveness. It's like you can't be perfect. You're human. You're put on this earth to err, to make mistakes, to trip, to fall, to, do things where you look back and you're like, man, that was stupid. But then to move forward, because life is made up of those moments. Nobody has it right 100% of the time at all. And if they say they do, they're liars, So here, forgive yourself. Don't try to be perfect, but also go slow, simplifying things for 2024. If we can just simplify, move, and joy, that will be one of the biggest things we can possibly do for ourselves. Our energy to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is the star. This is Aquarius energy. Now, it can be that we need to be mindful of an Aquarius, but it can also be that we need to be mindful of illusions and delusions coming in, because that's another thing that the star can represent. So it can be that it's like the dream world is more real than the waking world, which, is fantastic, but it can also be detrimental here. You can be dealing with somebody or a situation or even ourselves sometimes where it's like, okay, I don't have my feet firmly planted on the ground. I need to recalibrate me. I need to look at things and be open and honest and kind and compassionate with myself. But I need to look at things open and honestly. And that's going to be really important, because when we're told to be mindful of the star, it's like be mindful of the wishes and the dreams, right? If somebody promises us something that sounds too good to be true, it usually is. So just be a little bit more cautious here during this time. So let's talk about things astrologically speaking and see how it all correlates to the tarot. So on the 16th of January, we have the moon in Aries squared Mercury in Capricorn. We're going to find this time difficult in our communication, right? We're going to find it difficult to communicate openly with others effectively. We're going to stumble over our words, and we need to think before we speak, but we also need to listen. But we have these gifts coming in, and we're being a student, so we also have that student energy, that childlike energy to us where, kids can just talk and you're like, oh my gosh, please stop talking. Please, quiet. Let's play the quiet game. And then they go, you know what? I'm not going to win. So I don't want to play. I don't like this game. And you're like, oh, please, just be quiet for 5 minutes. So that can be the energy here where we can even know, okay, I have to stop. But there's something where we just keep chatting. So just be aware of this on the 16th, because it can be amusing, when we look back at it, but it can be really frustrating when we're in that energy. So just being aware of this. On the 17th of January, we have Mars in Aries trine Venus in Sagittarius. Now, this brings stability and security into our lives, which is really, really great. We're going to see things coming more into balance. We feel more confident, more secure, and we're also grounding ourselves in a way that we hadn't been before, or we're looking at the grounding, and especially since that's also, we can see here, that's our chakra energy coming through the Earth Star chakra located 6 inches below our feet. The grounding energy is going to be super important. And that's going to make us more present because we're standing more in our energy. It's not, I need to be XYZ for everybody else. It's like, who am I for me? And how am I moving forward in this energy for me? On the 18th of January, we have Mercury in Capricorn, sextile Saturn in Pisces. Now, we are going to be mentally disciplined during this time. And this can really help us finalize our plans, gather up information, really move towards our goals. We can be more focused. We can be more practical. And I see that here. I see that really going towards the page of swords, where we're cutting through a lot of nonsense. We're grounding ourselves. We're finding the balance that we need with the Six of Pentacles. We are also going to want to move forward a lot more quickly. I'm just seeing that during this time, even though we have this mental discipline and we're going to think, okay, slow and steady kind of wins the race. That's going to be a part of our mind. It's going to be like, okay, I can see it. Now I have to push for it. And what Spirit is showing here is that we can get things all tangled up really easily. It's kind of like I'm just seeing a kitten playing with yarn. So it's just like getting all tangled up in the yarn. And it's going to seem like it's really great at first. It's like, wow, this is so much fun. And I'm really heading in that direction that I want to. And then we step back and it's like, oh man, what a mess. So just be aware of this during this time. On the 19th of January, we have Mercury in Capricorn, trine Jupiter in Taurus. We have an optimistic outlook. This is fantastic. We're looking at things, we're seeing the bigger picture, we're outgoing in our communication. So we're not sitting there like held back, thinking, oh, I can't say this, I can't do this. So we do have a gregarious nature to us during this time. We have big ideas. We want to be positive. We do. We want to be positive. We want to see things working together. The air sign energy that's here for us, the gift from divinity that's coming to us around our voice, around our mind, around a quickness of wit is going to be very important. Now, Venus is in Sagittarius, squared Neptune in Pisces, also on the 19th of January. Now, empathy and compassion are going to be strong during this time. It might leave us, though, vulnerable to being deceived by others and taken advantage of. So just be mindful about this. That saying nice guys finish last because, all the crooks will take advantage of you. Don't first buy into that energy. I know I'm the one sitting here saying it, or Spirit is the one sitting here saying it and saying, mind yourself, like take care of yourself. But don't think, oh, if I'm nice, people are going to take advantage of me. Just understand that, everybody has, how do I word this? Everybody has their path in this world and everybody has their lessons to learn. And some of the most extraordinary people are the ones that know that, people that their help are going to try and take advantage of them or take advantage of them or do these manipulative things, but they still have that heart of kindness and they still help and they still move forward, where other people just leave people behind and say, oh, you're not worth it. I can't possibly. So just be mindful about that. That's going to be very important during this time. We need to have healthy boundaries. We absolutely do. And that's just perfect for us anyway, as an Aries energy, but as a human being, healthy boundaries are super important. But we also need to be gentle with ourselves, gentle with others, gentle with the way that we're connecting. And we're going to find that gentleness, it isn't something that you think of with an Aries energy, but it's okay. So the imagery that's coming up is the samurais in Japan. They were taught to knit, and they actually sold socks. That's what they did in like the off season of fighting. I don't know, to make an income. They would sell socks because nobody else knew how to knit. And if you can just imagine, I just am seeing that image of those big hands knitting a delicate little sock. And I'm seeing that dichotomy of things. And this is going to be this time, like have the boundaries, because that's who you are. You are this fierce, formidable energy source as an Aries. And you need to balance that with the intricacy of your compassion and your love and your showing up. And that's really quite extraordinary. On the 20th of January, we have the sun entering into Aquarius. So Aquarius season begins, and this is a season to really embrace, being different, standing out, being yourself, stepping out of your comfort zone and looking at the future, looking at what changes you want to make in the here and now for the future. We're maybe not looking at planting the seeds, but kind of more looking at how I can pick the wildflowers, like how I can create and cultivate. Also on the 20th of January, we have Pluto entering into Aquarius. Now, Pluto comes back into Aquarius, and this can be a time of extreme focus on change, on transformation in our lives. We can start to take control of our future and move more with intention and, unconventionality into where we want to be, into how we want to move forward, into what we are looking for ourselves. So there's going to be a sense of we want everything to really speed up, but we're finding that balance because we're finding our energy ourselves. We're living out loud, and things aren't going to move as quickly as we want them to. We can see that in the cards, but they are going to move in a way that is powerful, purposeful, and connected for us. So that's going to be a big thing. Also on the 20th of January, we have the Sun in Capricorn conjunct Mercury in Capricorn. And here we have, okay, so what we're going to have here is that something from 6 to 8 weeks ago is going to start coming up during this time. And we're going to start to see things, we're going to start to see the results of things. And we're going to start to look forward and know, okay, these were the ideas that I was working on. And now I can give these ideas kind of new life, new understanding. And what's next? Like, what do I need to work on next? How do I need to build this forward next? And that's going to be very exciting for us because it's like, oh my gosh, it did bear fruit. Whereas before we were thinking, oh no, it didn't. So that's going to be important. On the 22nd of January, we have the moon in Gemini opposite Venus in Sagittarius. Now this can be a lazy day. So just give yourself a break, kind of slow things down. Let yourself think, let yourself imagine. You don't usually give yourself that time, Aries, and it's going to be really important to kind of like slow things down and move more into that imaginative sphere. We don't want to get many things done, so we're going to feel a little bit more slow, more stabilized within ourselves, but we can be frustrated that we're not going and being a go-getter. So just be mindful about that. On the 23rd of January, we have Venus entering into Capricorn. Now, Venus is the planet of love and of pleasure, and it moves into Capricorn, which, you can really enjoy being ambitious and focused and goal-oriented. That can be a real rush for us during this time. It's like, oh, wow, look at this. Look at everything that my heart and my practicality are putting together and moving forward in. And we can make tremendous progress during this time, finding this balance, but also having a little bit more of a wonderment, not being so rigid, not being so constricted with ourselves. Yeah, so there's going to be this opening of ideas and passion moving us forward. On the 24th of January, we have the moon in Cancer, trine Neptune in Pisces. And here, we really want to help people in our lives, and we really want to help people move forward. It makes us feel good, and we're going to give support and understanding to those who are around us. We're planting seeds. We're kind of passing on what we are learning, what we are seeing, what we are understanding, even though the seeds, like, with the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, right? The Ace of Swords, we absolutely take during this time. The Ace of Pentacles, we're more shaky on, but we want to share our discovery. We want to share the insight that is moving us. On the 25th of January, we have the moon in Leo squared Jupiter in Taurus. It can be difficult to focus and get things done. Be kinder to yourself. Let yourself be a little bit lazy. Let your mind wander. The energy can be, it can just be a little bit overwhelming. And so not fight against it. If you have things to do, sure, but just be kinder to yourself on this day where you're going to think, oh, I should do all of this. It's like, no, scale it down. Look at what's really important. And if it takes a little bit longer, that's okay. Also, on the 25th of January, we have the full moon in Leo, which we will have a completely separate video on, so stay tuned for that. On the 26th of January, we have the moon in Leo squared Uranus in Taurus, and here we are going to feel restless, and just knowing that we have that restless feeling, especially since things aren't moving as quickly as we want them to, we can already fall into that restless feeling, and we can be a little bit unsure, of the whys of it all. We can kind of feel like we're having a bit of an existential crisis at times. Why am I here? What's going on? How am I supposed to be moving forward? I've messed everything up. We can be a little bit harsh on ourselves. So just be kind with yourself. Move slower. And yeah. And take a breath during this time. Connecting with your heart is going to make you feel better, which is going to be a very big thing. Now, on the 27th of January, we have the moon in Aquarius squared Jupiter in Taurus. This is a feel good day, and we are going to see that because we feel good, we can be a little bit slower with things like, it's okay, I'll get it done later. And just let yourself be kind with yourself. Try to stay motivated, but don't try to take everything on because you want to savor things. It's kind of like having a really good, you know, piece of food or a really good glass of wine or whatever it is that you really super enjoy. You want to savor it. And on the 27th, you're going to want to savor this day. Now, Mercury is also in Capricorn on the 27th, conjunct Mars in Capricorn. Our mind can be very active. We can feel really up to doing plenty of things, plenty of plans. But again, we have this kind of it's kind of like a cat laying in the sun. We want to enjoy this day. We want to, to really take things in. We have enthusiasm with ideas and we can jump on the chance to take action towards them. But again, we have to let ourselves, soak in this time. Uranus is going direct on the 27th of January in Taurus. Yeah. And here Uranus retrograde comes to an end. And this means that change becomes more of an option. We can start to see that things are opening up in a way that we hadn't seen it before. Change has a likely impact on our life in a way that we hadn't seen it in the past few months. And now we can start to really take action and create the changes that we want in our world, create things moving forward in a way that we thought, oh no, I wasn't going to be able to, I can't. So here we start to become a student. We start to see things slowing down, but also speeding up towards this very last part of January. And we start to see ourselves entering into ourselves, like stepping into us more. Now on the 28th of January, Venus in Capricorn is sextile Saturn in Pisces. We can take pleasure out of focusing on our goals. We can really start to see ourselves, moving in a direction that surprises us, that kind of charms us a little bit, and we're going to be more responsible and more focused. Now, Mercury is in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus also on this day. So unconventional ideas can come to us much more easily, and we can think way outside of the box, like really be looking at things and be like, wow, why didn't I see this before? This is, so easy for me now. And it's that elastic, this is the elasticity of mind. It's the mercurial sense of the mind coming in, looking at things, going to all the different corners. That's really going to be quite exciting for us. Now, also on the 28th of January, we have Venus in Capricorn, trine Jupiter in Taurus. Luck is on our side. Luck is on our side. We feel good. We're getting things done. We can benefit from someone in our life as well who's, just optimistic, joyful, and really connecting with us, opening up doors, bringing opportunities to us because their enthusiasm is connecting with our own. So just being aware of that is going to be super important. Now, on the 29th of January, we have Mars in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. The energy and enthusiasm can be strong, and it can move us forward in a way that we weren't expecting. So this is a time to really embrace our joys, to go after what it is that we want. We're definitely going to be moving off of the path of the normal and really embracing the unusual, but really embracing what is inspiring us, what is, connecting with us. And on the 30th of January, we have the moon in Libra squared Venus in Capricorn, which we may not want to deal with other people this day. Like, we may not want to deal with nonsense of anyone or anything. We find it to be a bit annoying, the noise from the rest of the world, which is, this kind of step down from, exploring the unusual. But we are exploring the unusual, but also annoyed with the mundane or what isn't changing. And we do have that frustration that comes through time and time again with the 8 of Wands reverse, where it's like, it's not moving as quickly as I would want it to. It's not, it's not where I want it to be. And that can be a frustration that we fight during this last half of the month. And so we have to just be mindful about that and respectful about that for ourselves. On the 31st of January, we have the moon in Libra squared Mars in Capricorn. Now, the irritable energy can be strong on this day. We can end kind of, I don't want to say with a sour note, but more with a I need to stay in my own energy and in my own space note, where it's just kind of like, listen, I don't need everybody else's problems coming at me. I don't need to fight everybody else's battles. I need to stay in my energy. I need to stay in myself. And I really need to start exploring what is right for me, not what I need to do for everybody else, which sounds selfish, but it's not. It's really ending the month with saying, I need to show up for me. I need to show up for me. And if I don't show up for me, the 31st of January can be super annoying to us. We can feel like the first month of the year is over and I haven't achieved what I wanted to achieve. So be a little bit selfish during this time here, Aries. Look at what you want, look at what you desire, connect with you more and more, because it's going to be something that's really important. It's really important as we enter into the next month. It's really important as we see ourselves and connect with ourselves. Our subconscious spirit message is wish. What do you wish for? It's not the corruption of wishes. It's not delusions or illusions. It's really sitting here and saying, what do you wish for? What do you love? What do you want? And that's going to be a big question during all of January, or at least, especially during the last half of January. It's like, what are you wishing for? What are you desiring? Where do you want to be? It brings us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is again the Earth Star chakra. And this is Mother Earth. It's connecting with the Earth. It's grounding ourselves. It's saying, what do you love? It's not being the Earth Mother. It is simply being Mother Earth. And we tend to get that confused because when we think of Earth Mother, we think of, bare feet on the ground, loving, caring, excuse me, just beautiful person who never gets angry. And an Earth Mother, the earth that is our mother, is also intense. It's tornadoes and hurricanes and just intensity. So here, give yourself a break. Let yourself feel your emotions and let yourself connect. That's so important. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of, and it's the magician reversed. Don't forget your magic. Don't forget to stand before the altar of your existence and claim who it is that you are and what it is that you want. And don't let other people, just because they seem to be more gregarious or pushy, or they seem to be more sure of themselves, do not let their words take over or take the place of what you want from your life and what you want for yourself. It brings us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is justice reversed. Subconsciously, we might be looking at this time and thinking, things aren't fair. Things aren't just. Things aren't balanced. We have the minor arcana justice card with the six of pentacles. But on the bigger scale, we can be frustrated. We can be looking at things. We can be questioning. And that's okay. Part of life is, and one of the harder parts of life is as we grow, when we realize things aren't fair. And it's not just like, oh, I want another cookie and I can't have one. Things aren't fair. But when we start to look at the world in a much bigger way and say, oh my gosh, things aren't fair. It isn't the way I thought it was. And that's a hard pill to swallow, and that's intense. So here with justice, just knowing that subconsciously we can feel like some things are out of balance with ourselves. And we may not want to look at it. We might not want to go deeper, but it would be really beneficial for us to look at what's out of balance. Where's the energy, that's in a bit of discord? And how do I need to connect with my heart, my soul, and myself? How do I need to recalibrate me? And that's going to be a big thing. And that's going to be a very important thing during this time. All right. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.